Hello. January 12th, is it? So we're hitting the midpoint in our month here, and I just wanted to, first of all, thank everyone who's been following. And I also want to say thank you definitely for the people who are signing up for the formal classes. So we're looking good, and actually the Thai fusion class is pretty close to getting full. So if anyone wants in, please do it as soon as possible. Bradford doesn't like huge classes. So that's great. So for the rest of the month, we're gonna start to elaborate on what I started to discuss yesterday. And if you didn't quite catch that, it's where we're gonna start to integrate the dynamic portions of what we think is a very exciting treatment. Now, this isn't new. It's new to our viewers, and it's new formally. We're going to be introducing it, but we've actually been doing this for the last 2 years. So over the next few weeks, I'm going to try to bring in some of the people that have been involved with this and have them offer some of their insights on it. So today I'm going to take a look at some stretches we've done on ourselves, specifically the quadriceps, and we're going to do it assisted. And I'm going to try to give you a sense of a transition from our stretches to another component of this treatment, which is positional release, as well as fitness. Now, fitness is a very exciting part of it. It's difficult for us to show all of that in these videos, but we're going to do the best we can. But I want to direct you to yesterday. In my handy book here, we were talking about serratus, and this is I love this muscle. I call it super serratus. And along with glorious glutes and fantastic psoas, and you spelled fantastic wrong, it's PH when it's an association with psoas. And then I want you to direct your attention to this picture here, a little bit of, so this is a little bit of muscle testing, but we can say muscle testing, fitness, strength training, it's all the same. It's all movement, and that's what we want to inspire in our treatments. These sort of informal daily sessions, if you want something more formal, of course, that's the class. And you're gonna get that in the Thai fusion stretch. You're gonna get all of this wrapped in one formal day, or two, right? 2 days. Okay, so let's jump right into it. We have the basic quadriceps stretch. And when we do stretching, everyone's done this stretch. Some of you even do assisted stretching. We want to elevate this to a art. And Bradley Martin is the king of that. He developed this whole program. That's him in this book of stretches. And I'm hoping he's going to be talking to us soon. He's in Mississippi now, doing the work of the master. So he was all about precision and effectiveness of the stretch and effectiveness of his whole body position. Because if he's going to be, he used to, or he does work on all different clients. He worked on huge football players. So that's a lot of energy involved in holding these stretches for 30 seconds. So I may not be as precise as him, but we're going to follow his guidelines. So when you take a stretching class from us, or you learn it, we're going to be focused on the precision. So the quadriceps stretch looks like this, and we hope to get the heel to the butt. Now, we talked about the stretch that we did individually was the one that got the hip flexor part of the quadriceps, and for that, you've got to pop the leg up like this. And then you stretch, and you'll find that most likely you'll not be able to stretch as far because you're getting that rectus femoris in there. But this is a great stretch. All right, so that's the stretch. And then We do some transition moves, and this can involve stuff that we've taught you or stuff that you do already in your practice. And we're usually working on someone right through close because in some of our treatments, there's fitness involved. So there's been some sort of fitness, and we like that because the muscles are warmed up. I know me personally, I respond much better to stretching when I'm warmed up. And then, so I'm gonna move right into one of my favorite positioning moves. And I know this is not a live body, but this might actually be even better visually to show you what's happening. So this is where I go underneath the anterior ASIS of the hips, and we're pulling here, and we're pressing here, and you can almost see the torquing in the spine here, but people love this. I love this. So what we're doing now is we're setting up positional moves, and what we're definitely not doing is we're not doing anything high velocity, just because that's outside of our not really scope of practice. It is scope of practice, but scope of treatment that I just don't think those are effective. Our position is to first to determine if we have restrictions or tightness or mobility issues, or to increase the mobility. And when we find a restriction, you know what we do? We move to other aspects of our toolbox, whether that be acupressure, any type of massage, but myofascial, especially in this sense. If we located some restrictions here, we could go into some myofascial moves and then retest that. And I have just a guy in mind. I am hoping to bring in my shiatsu friend, which is, again, it's a treatment that is very similar to Thai. He works right on the floor, and there's a beautiful dynamic portion, but what I loved about Robert is the first guy that I've seen combine myofascial work and shiatsu in one, and I thought, beautiful for this. We're popping this right up to GotYourBack-U today because we want you to see sort of what we did informally. So these are just informal little blurbs that we do every day, wrapping around our formal classes. But today, we're going to offer some coupons for some of our other online classes. The one including Bradley Martin's original stretch class. So take a look, and you have any questions or comments, we'd like to hear, and thanks for tuning in.